Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Proline. I'm Dave Koken. John Creighton from Jim Fife Sports is here. We're going to go over a couple of the big college football games on this week's slate and some other good stuff as well. You'll be hearing about some good offers from Jim Fife. Jeff Saad from LVSS, our man in the street, will join us as well. Jim is just crushing it. I have him on my radio show every Thursday on ESPN Radio 1100, the Las Vegas Sports Line, which I host with Matt Humans from the RJ. And, he's absolutely killing the NFL this year. The totals have been unbelievable. It's just one winning week after another for Jim. I haven't talked to him in a week or so. It's got to be Jim's a top-notch player. He always has been. But even by his standards, this is extraordinary.
Yeah, it sure is. One of the plays he had Sunday was the AFC game of the month. That was the Bengals-Browns over. Well, that loss. Well, that turned out to be his only loss of the entire weekend. 10-1, counting the Monday night game. He's still 16-6 with NFL totals, a 40-16-1 overall run, counting college and pro. And if you want to get aboard, you can do it for $29. You're going to play through Monday Night Football with Jim. He's got a conference parlay of the year going Saturday. You're going to get his first NFL game of the year Sunday, his blowout game of the year, as well as bonus plays, TV winners. If you sign up early, 5 straight days of plays from Jim, $29, 1-866-841-1655.
Well, I got no complaints in the football. It's been good. Won nicely. Both days did okay on Saturday. Almost to the middle on top of things, which would have been really nice. Just a missed extra point cost me that. But it was real good on Saturday. And then Sunday just smoked it in the NFL. Had a great day. Look, first 4 weeks, 3 real good weeks. 1 wasn't so good. I'll take that percentage for the rest of my life. And everybody's happy right now. So we move on to this weekend, and I've got my first really big play of the season. I don't have a lot of big plays in college football. I have a tendency to kind of keep things conservative. But I do have my college upset of the year. It's my underdog of the year. It goes this Saturday. This game's going to be sold online on game day for $99. You sign up today, and it's yours for $49, half price. Plus, you get a $500 high roller release and a TV winner going tonight as a pair of free bonuses. So this is the way to take care of it and make sure you're on that big game on Saturday. The number to call, 1-866-896-1629. That's 1-866-896-1629. All right, Jeff Saad, by the way, on fire. 9-2-1 in college the last 2 Saturdays. A 5-week special for $19 that he'll tell you about in just a little bit. First, we take a look at the Michigan State-Iowa matchup. Big Ten, big battle, as Iowa seems to have awakened from the dead, John. We've had this happen a couple times before with Kirk Ferentz. Atlanta looks like he's gone stale, and the Hawkeyes might have to go in another direction. And then, every time that happens, they seem to wake up, and they're playing really good football right now. Michigan State doesn't generate much offense, but they certainly can play a little bit of defense. How does this game not stay under the total? To me, I know we live in an age now where overs are the name of the game in college and pro football because, it's just the nature of the spread offenses that are being played. It's tough to adjust defensively. The rules definitely favor offense, and yet there are still teams that get it done because they play defense. Michigan State is certainly one of those. They want to slow the game down as quickly as much as possible, as they don't have good quarterback play, and they can't match teams point for point. Iowa, I know they've put up a couple of big numbers so far, but they are also a team that's got to play more of a defensive style of football if they want to succeed. They're not going to win shootouts. I think you're going to get just precisely that this weekend as these teams beat Iowa. John, I would look for this to be a low-scoring football game and a rare situation where I think the under definitely warrants a look.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This Michigan State defense was awesome last season, and with so many starters back, was expected to be great, and they are. They're 10th in the nation in points allowed, 13.3 per game. But it's the offense that struggled last year. They do have the senior quarterback, Andrew Maxwell, returning. The problem with him last year is they moved the ball in the middle of the field, but once they got in the red zone, they couldn't do anything right. And they've already used 2 quarterbacks this season. Maxwell started the year, but now Mark D'Antonio is just fed up. He's gone to sophomore quarterback Connor Cook. His overall numbers are pretty good. 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. However, he's very untested. And when they played Notre Dame, the best defense they faced, he struggled 16 of 32, just 135 yards. So the problems they had offensively, I just don't haven't seen that going away yet. They're playing an Iowa team that, as you mentioned, they're in bounce-back mode. Everything was a train wreck last year, and yet here they are, 4-1 for Kirk Ferentz, playing good ball. But they also have a very young quarterback in Jake Rudock. 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He really doesn't carry the offense. They got outstanding backfield with Mark Weisman and Damon Bullock, 244 yards per game on the ground. But keep in mind, Iowa's played a lot of bad defensive teams. The thing about Rudock, he's not a bad quarterback. He's a good pro-style quarterback, but he's a little bit raw, and he has trouble with out passes. And this is easily going to be the toughest defense that he and Iowa have faced all year. I have a small lean toward Michigan State simply because Iowa, when they play a team with a winning record, 4-7 against the spread, and when they're off of a win, they're not a good team that keeps it going, 5-12 ATS. But as you mentioned with the totals, when the Hawkeyes play a team with a winning record, 8-2 under the total, and when they're coming off a great defensive game like they were last week, allowing less than 257 yards, they're 20-7 under the total. And the last 5 meetings between these teams, 4-1 under the total. I back your underplay, and I'll give a small lean toward a great Michigan State defense, but not a big play.
All right, John. Before we get to the next game, which is Washington and Stanford, let's talk about free plays. I have free plays every day, one each day, and boy, have they been hot. 17-5 on the last 22 as we're taping this. 9-1 run in my college and NFL. And these are free plays that you have to do nothing to get, basically. Well, there's one thing you have to do. You have to text Kokin, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. But that's it. Text Kokin to 313131, and you get back my free daily play on a text message each and every single day. It's really easy. And, with 17-5, currently almost plus, since we started doing this, which is in March of 2012, I'm just under plus 100 games free. To me, it's the ultimate no-brainer. Just text the Kokin, or not but text Kokin, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. Jim Feist also has the same mechanism where you can get a free play each and every day from him, John.
Yes, that's right. It's a free daily play right to your text message every day. You just text WINNER, W-I-N-N-E-R, to 313131. You get a free play every day from Jim.
All right. Let's go to the man on the street before we do anything else. Jeff Saad's got a really good offer for this weekend. He's been rolling. We want to hear what Jeff's got to say with a free selection that he's got for this weekend and a good offer as well. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Got a free pick coming up in the NFL, but first, it's week 5 of college football, and I've got a blockbuster special, a college dog of the year on Saturday, a conference game of the month, and my NFL shocker of the month on Sunday. 3 huge plays, all 3 for $19. Sign up early. Get a bonus TV winner tonight. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. Free play comes the NFL Sunday as the Lions and Packers meet at Lambeau Field. Green Bay is all about passing the football behind quarterback Aaron Rodgers, but the defense is still a weak spot, riding a 6-2 run over the total. Detroit comes to town with a dynamic passing attack of its own behind quarterback Matthew Stafford, but they also have defensive trouble. Detroit is 20-8 over the total on natural grass, 17-2 over the total on the road. Your free play, take the Lions and Packers to go over the total. Once again, get my blockbuster special, a college dog of the year on Saturday, a conference game of the month, and my NFL shocker of the month on Sunday. 3 huge plays, all 3 for $19. Sign up early, get a bonus TV winner. Call LVSS, 1-866-575-8916.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. John, let's go to the Washington-Stanford matchup. This is a huge game in the Pac-12 on Saturday. The Huskies, a lot of people thought this is the year they really break through under Steve Sarkisian, and they're off to a very impressive start. That Boise State win, not just the fact they won, but slaughtered Boise State, looks pretty good right now. I was impressed with them last weekend. Now, I think the rain definitely was a plus for Washington because, well, it's not exactly a foreign substance to the Huskies when it rains up in Seattle, but it wasn't good for Arizona. Nevertheless, I thought Washington played a good football game. This team's coming along. Stanford is exactly what they were supposed to be. They're one of the best teams in the country, John.
Yeah, I like both these teams, and I had Washington penciled as a bounce-back team this year, and here they are 4-0 against the spread. And here's why. They have a great offense. Last year had all kinds of trouble with the offensive line, and the offense never really got going. But remember, the starter, Keith Price, he's a senior, 2 years ago when he was just a sophomore, he had a monster season, 33 touchdowns and 11 picks. And really, they're back to that type of dominant, powerful offense. Right now, just astonishing offensive numbers this team is putting up, close to 40 points per game. But look at the incredible balance. 285 yards passing, that's 31st in the nation. Well, 289 yards rushing, that's 11th in the country. So you can't shut any aspect of this offense down. If you're going to try and hang with a team like Stanford, there's really only two ways you can do it. You got to have a great run defense, try and contain them and keep it close and low scoring, or just spread the field and go all out on offense and try and, get a few breaks and score on this great defense. Washington can do one of those things with their spread offense, and that's what they're going to do. Stanford, really, I like them too, and they have it all. But if there's one weakness, it would be pass defense, which was a question mark coming into this season. It was at times a weak spot last year, and they have some new starters. And just a couple weeks ago when they played Arizona State, the Sun Devils threw for 367 yards. So this is a good matchup spot passing-wise for Washington. Stanford has been an absolute awesome cover machine, no matter how you slice it, when they're their home record is astonishing, 36-15-1 following a win, and in Pac-10 play, 19-6-1 against the spread. However, I like the matchup with Washington, and last year's game, Stanford was a 7-point favorite, just like they are now. Washington came up with their best defensive effort of the season and actually won the game straight up 17-13, and keep in mind, the Huskies 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. Undervalued team, Dave.
Well, I had Washington plus the points in this matchup last year, and I think that might be the only time that I've gone against Stanford in a Pac-12 game the past couple of years. Now, I have gone against Stanford once already this season because I took San Jose State plus the points. A play I would not make once again. If it would have come up on the schedule now, I would not play it back, and I'm looking at that as a lucky win because San Jose State has been awful subsequently, and Stanford looks really, really good. This is a tough play for me. I can't really come on the side here because I don't want to go against Stanford. The way Hogan's playing, this team is a monster right now on offense, and I don't know if Washington can maintain pace with them. But the flip side of it is, when I see, it's just a rule that I have, basically. I don't like laying points into a team that rushes for 200 yards plus per game and has a much better defensive ratio. It's my opinion, and I can bear this out with stats. If you continue to lay points against teams who do that, you will lose your ass. Okay, it's that simple. You will lose. I'm not saying specifically in any one game, but if you just go into that tendency on a regular basis, you're going to lose money. That's inevitable, and I don't care how much the nature of the game changes. Some things don't. And teams that run the ball well and defend the run well cover the spread, and they win football games. That's never going to change. Football's still a game that, for all the fancy wrinkles you put in, and as much as you turn it into fast break and let's run all over the place offense, it's still a game that's won and lost in the trenches. If you block the other team well and you create holes for your offense well, you're going to do really well. Okay, so I don't want to go against Washington, but I definitely don't want to play against Stanford here either. I think Stanford's going to want this game in a big way, and I've learned that this team is just, they are a legitimate powerhouse. I think the defense hasn't really played as well as it can this year. They got everybody back on the defense. I thought if there was any fall off, it might be on the offense. Forget that. I'll tell you what, Shaw's a terrific coach, and they're an outstanding team. So what do we do with this game? Well, I think both teams are going to have their success on offense. Price has had an erratic college career, as you mentioned, John. He was sensational a couple of years ago as a sophomore, and he hit the junior jinx, if you will, last year. But he's been sharp this season. Really looks good for the Huskies. I like Hogan. He's not the next Andrew Luck because he's not. I don't know that he's going to be a star in the NFL. But I'll tell you what, he's done a pretty good impersonation of him at the college level. And this team can do some damage. They're averaging 41 points a game. They're averaging over 200, both in the air and on the ground, and balanced offenses like that. Wow, they can be tough. So I think you're going to get points in this game, and I'm going to look at the over between Washington and Stanford. Still some best bets, and once again catch everybody up with the offers we've got this week in football. I'll begin with myself. I'll take the under in the Michigan State-Iowa game that we talked about. And the big game going this week, and the first of this year's really big plays in college football. It's my college upset of the year. This game's going to be sold online on game day for $99. But if you sign up today, you get it for half price, just $49. You know, what the heck? Spend the $50 on a good steak someplace. Sign up today. You also get a $500 high roller release and a TV winner going tonight as a pair of free bonuses. So do it now. And by the way, you don't have to wait until game day to get the selection. It's already been sent out to all my personal service players. Okay, we want to get the best number on this. So that's another reason to call now, because I actually do believe the number will be better now than it is on Saturday. And every little bit helps. 1-866-896-1629, the number. That's 1-866-896-1629. John, Jim, steamrolling the numbers right now, and you know, you get so confident when it's going like that. I can't wait to see what he's got this weekend.
Yeah, steamrolling is the right word. My best bet will be the underdog Washington Huskies to keep it close. And Jim Feist's run, no matter how you slice it, is phenomenal. 40-16-1 football run the last 3 weeks. He's off a 10-1 NFL Sunday. If you like to play NFL totals for the entire season, he's 16-6. You can play through Monday night with Jim Feist for just $29. Going to get his conference parlay of the year going Saturday. You're going to get his blowout game of the year in the NFL going Sunday, as well as bonus plays. If you sign up before that, $29, 1-866-841-1655 with a red-hot Vegas Pro.
Don't forget, this is only one of our two Pro lines. This is the NFL, the college edition. You want to check out the NFL edition. John, you're on there this week along with Jim Feist and along with Jeff Saad. I'm not on the NFL one, but there's plenty of good stuff to hear from world champion Handicaper. Jim Feist is on that roll right now, and Jeff Saad from LVSS. So make sure to check out the NFL edition of Proline. We'll be back next week with 2 more of these. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Take advantage of the offers. Win some money. Have a great time, everybody. See ya.